Hello, LinkedIn. It's
Hi.
me. I've been away for a while, and I'm so excited to have Kelly on with me. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Tim. It's so good to see you. It's been a minute, but I always love seeing your bright and smiling face.
Thank you.
Yes.
You reached out a couple weeks ago, and you said, "I've got an idea for a thing," and then I heard the idea, and I was completely down for it and really excited. So we're doing a webinar next week,
Mhm.
and I wanted to let you tell everybody what your idea was.
That sounds great. And I have to say, first of all, Tim, I love that I can come to you with like any harebrained topic, whether it's like work related, personal. We've had like really crazy conversations, but you're always down to clown, one would say.
That
Um,
is true. I am down to
yes.
clown.
I love it. And this is why we make good friends. But yes, I approached you a couple weeks ago and I was like, who knows like literally everything about AI and nonprofits? And of course, your name popped first and foremost into my mind. And so I asked if you wanted to come and talk with us and share your knowledge about, the future of AI to our wonderful cohorts out there, and but not just to share information about AI, but actually have practical workshops behind it, because a lot of times we're inundated with these different prompts, with these different ideas and ways that we can use AI, particularly generative or generative, however you say it, AI. It's early, y'all, but um, it's almost hard to put it into practice, especially when you're inundated with your own to-dos and tasks and things to help support your mission. So I wanted to invite you to come on to our webinar here on February 19th to show us some really practical ways on how we can use different prompts, how we can use it to scale missions, but then also to really dive into what's the future of AI. I feel like last year it was like, oh, it's this thing and it's coming. And now it's like, oh, it is very much here. But also, where are we going with it? And you are the man who knows all the things. So I think it's going to be a super fun time and a very informative one.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I feel like I'm the man that's trying to keep up with things. And so,
You do
and
a
I
great
think
job.
this, well, thank you. I am built to explore new tools. And so having this entire new world where things are just coming out so fast, it really does fit my personality. And I feel really bad for people who don't like change as much as I do, because I love change. And I think that it is just steamrolling in, whether we like it or not. It is here and it's not going to go away. And so one of the things I always try and talk about is a framework for people who are not sure that they really want to live in an AI world but don't have a choice about it, right?
Mhm.
And so I think about the powerlessness of that, which led me to building a model on top of the Serenity Prayer in the 12-step program to just, accept the things we can't change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. And so I think when we're talking about a beginner's guide, one of the first things to say is people don't have to like AI or even want to get on board with it to know that they're going to have to do something with it. And I really developed beginner and entry level training around that idea that deals with our nervous system first, to steal a page out of Mallory Erickson's work.
I love that, by the way. I saw something recently that was like, I need to train my nervous system to realize that answering an email is not me being attacked by a bear. Um, Same with AI. I need to train my
So
nervous
true.
system.
It is so true. Yeah. Oh, that is great. That is great. And it's relevant because that is how fear and resistance feels. And so one main idea around that, before you even touch a keyboard, is to just start thinking about the difference between fear and risk.
Mhm.
And I think that this is an important way of approaching AI: is where's their actual risk versus what are my fears around it. And the more we can understand that about ourselves, the more we can separate those and really start mitigating risk rather than reacting to fear.
Yeah, that's so true. And there is a world of possibilities that you can do with AI. And I absolutely hear you that like there's a lot of us that really want to have nothing to do with it. it is just like, what was it? I was talking with a colleague not too long ago who was like, AI feels like when cloud computing came around and people did not want to give up like those tangible hard drives and just release them into the cloud. And now we're so comfortable with it. And AI is going down a similar path, but there's so many cool things you can do that is realistically going to make your job so much easier. If you hate doing reporting and pulling data and you waste, you feel like all of your time doing those types of tasks, there's going to be some kind of AI reporting tool that's going to help you. If you need to spruce up your copywriting a little bit to make those emails a little bit more compelling and get some more donations, into your organization, AI is going to help with that. So there's little ways. I'm not asking you to open arms with Creed. It's arms wide open, just fully embracing AI. Tim and I are just asking to open your arms up to it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great way of talking about it. And I feel like one thing to say, and I should just put up the QR code here. So if you're, of course, now it's going to hide behind this thing. Hold on. I'm going to go change that so it's on the other side. Look at that. There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect.
So if you want to sign up, there is the link to do it. Would love to have you join us. It's next Wednesday.
Yes.
And it is really entry level. So sometimes I call it square none to square one. So if you're not even on square one yet, like this is a good place to come.
Yes.
And we'll teach you some basic prompts. We'll get you into prompting if you've never prompted before. That's great. We'll also do a little bit more vision setting on what you can do with AI. And I think that's where I live every day. Like yesterday, working with avatar AIs and seeing how far those have come with video and audio. And so, yeah, I think we're pushing the boundaries on what you can communicate, what you can do, and finding ways to make that relevant to nonprofit fundraisers and nonprofit staff in general. So I feel like this is a good exchange because you have such a wealth of knowledge around volunteer management, around fundraising, around what people are looking for. And I feel like combining those two in one session just makes a lot of sense.
Oh, it's going to be a power session for sure. So if you are, like Tim said, you are at square zero, come on in. If you're at like square 1.5 or wherever you are, this is just a really good session to sit in on. I'm actually really excited about the workshop portion of it where you're going to actually walk people through different prompts they can take, different examples that they can see from those prompts and how to apply them, to their own use of different, ChatGPT type tooling. That's going to be really cool. I always like walking away with like some hands-on experience or like tangible ways that I can actually go back and use it instead of just like sitting there and nodding my head like, oh yes, that's a nice talking point. You will literally get your hands into the work on this one. And I think that's going to be really exciting for everybody.
All right. So next Wednesday, February 19th, I can't read what time that is. What time is it?
Eastern.
2:00 Eastern. Join me and Kelly and we will hop in. We'll dive into some of the beginner entry level parts of AI. Please don't miss it. Join us then. And thanks for bringing this idea to me.
Yes, of course. No, super excited and can't wait to see everybody there next week.
All right. I'll see you next week then.
Awesome. Thanks, friend.